Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you've been asked this question a million times. I'm sorry, but I am curious. Like, what was your relationship to football sports fandom before you made this movie?
Yeah, I grew up playing soccer, and then out of spite, I
Oh, cool.
trent.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah, what position?
I was left fullback and then I hurt my
Yeah.
knee
Oh,
like
I'm
most.
sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, I play left mid, right mid.
Oh,
I couldn't
cool.
I couldn't play. I tried to play forward, but then I got lazy. Cherry picking up the
It's too
inside.
hard. It's
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
too much
A lot.
pressure.
A lot of people think with my height I should have been forward. But I was like, but yeah, I ended up getting cut my senior year of high school, and out of spite, I decided to try out for football, and I ended up playing wide receiver, doing
The
well
other
during the
football.
season.
You joined the other football.
And the other football, the other,
Wide
let's not,
receiver for us. That's kind of wild though. Like
yeah,
for that's crazy.
yeah, I just was mad at my coaches, and I was like, watch this.
Fair.
Yeah, I ended up playing, getting an offer for D1 AA school at Davidson College in North Carolina.
Wait.
It,
Spite will take you so far, apparently.
I'm I'm making movies today because of those coaches. No, I'm kidding.
That's so funny. That's so funny. Like, wow. Wait, that's wild.
Well, yeah, but no, and then I transitioned to Florida State right before I started and played for a year, and where we won the Orange Bowl. Last time we had a winning season, I was on the team. Not saying I was a secret ingredient, but I'm not saying I'm
But
not.
not saying you're not the secret ingredient.
Yeah.
Okay, so you obviously have a very deep relationship with football. So when you got the script for him, were you like, I have to do this? Like, what was that experience like getting the script and reading it, especially the role that you take in this movie? Because wow.
Yeah, I think reading the script for the first time, I couldn't put it down. And I was working on a film at the time where, I'm like up at like 2 a.m., finishing my long workday, and I get the script and I'm like up for another 2 hours reading it.
Oh,
And,
cool.
and I think, yeah, I was excited to, it's hard reading a good script that's meant for you, because then you start envisioning a world of like, okay, this is how I would do this. Where would they shoot this? Oh man, I can't imagine what this would, like that's the hard part. And I think, yeah, I witnessed that, and you have to like, you have to really approach it in a way of like, no, I'm reading it. It's not mine. I love it so much, and you start falling in love with it over and over. But yeah, I couldn't put it down. It's a hypnotic journey, and then I think
Yeah.
the story of playing a football player was so cathartic for me, and I think it
I
was
was
a
gonna ask about that. I was wondering if there was like any catharsis for you, because yeah,
yeah.
the
Yeah, and I
journey.
think I got to live the dream within the dream. And, not many people who could say they went, potential number one draft pick. And I can say Cameron Cade did. But yeah, I think, it's all grief, or grief of our former selves, from
Yeah.
athletic selves. And I think it was my love letter to who I used to be in the sports that I used to play, because now I'm at that
Oh,
age of
wow.
like, sports are going bye-bye for you. Like, because as you get older, you
Yeah.
start getting injuries, and I have some
Yeah.
shoulder injuries. You're like, I would never play
Oh.
football ever again. But if I do, it'll be in a movie, and I got to do that. So yeah.
Okay, that's okay. So that's really I was curious about the catharsis because there's so much about this movie that I'm glad is happening and talking about football and like
Yeah.
the darker sides of football, and you've had that experience to a degree, obviously not this one, to a
Yeah.
degree.
Or
And
did I?
it's
No, I'm kidding.
or this is actually an autobiography. It's a biopic about your life.
Based on a true story. No, I'm kidding.
It's a true story. But I mean, that's cool to hear the catharsis because football's awful. Like it's hard on
Yeah.
your body, and like the mental stuff about it too must be a lot, especially like with fans and with that pressure on your shoulders. Like the physical and mental tax, like how taxing it is it that was why it's wild that you get to tap into that for the role. Like you actually had that experience.
Yeah, I
Well,
think for me, that's the beauty of this film, because
yeah,
yeah, it brings those conversations to the table. And football is
yeah,
not going anywhere. And this
no,
movie's not going anywhere. And it's like, that's the art I want to be tapped into, where it brings these conversations to the table, even if it's uncomfortable or even if people can't see it for what it
Yeah.
is. And I think yeah, it it'll age like fine wine, but like yeah, I think it's a testament to a lot of different other sports or people chasing greatness
Oh yeah.
and whatnot. But yeah, it is a rough sport.
Well, all sport, I mean, all professional sports, I think, are like so taxing on your body.
Yeah, exactly.
I I feel like I was curious though, like for training for this, did you have to do like what was the training like for you physically and also mentally though? Like, because you're getting yelled at a lot in this movie too, and I know it's acting, but it's still like there's a lot of like high stakes emotions happening in this film as well.
Yeah, the yelling taps into that psyche where you're like triggered. And
Yeah.
there's the
Yeah, like fight or flight. Like,
yeah,
ah.
the one scene where he's like, "What are you willing to sacrifice?" Or like,
Yeah.
or he says, "Chasing validation because your father didn't love you." That's like
Yes.
that. You can say that's acting, but it hits that psyche, and you get that performance where you hear my voice, where my voice cracks, like
Yeah, it was
everything.
incredible. Yes.
So I think that's the beauty of art, though. I get to like
That's
really
so
tap those
cool.
real emotions. But yeah, the training was extensive, 6 days a week, twice a day, eating a lot. That's a champagne problem, eating a lot. It's like eating a lot. And then I got to do football camp with Jordan Palmer, working out 3 days a week, throwing a football with actual NFL bound quarterbacks,
That's so
and
cool.
it was like humbling too.
Exhausting, but cool.
Exhausting, my arm, my elbow.
I
Whew,
was gonna say
Lord.
your football training camp, like and it's like it was. I'm assuming they like were putting you through it. They weren't
Yeah.
like they were making it easy for you. I'm
Yeah,
assuming.
no, 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 not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all. But I don't want them to do that because I want to be authentic
No.
to the
Hell
story.
yeah.
That way it translates on screen. So
That's
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I have to wrap up, Tyreek, but your performance in this movie rules. I'm gonna
Thank you.
cut this out, but the ending is so fucking cool, and like I just love like the way you go all out at the end. It's just chef's kiss. So
Thank you.
it was great to get to pick your brain a little bit about him. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Mary Beth.